Hi everyone. Is this? It is. It's going. All right. Today we're making orecchiette with broccoli rabe and sausage. This is a traditional dish that comes from Puglia, except they use anchovies instead of sausage. But we're going to use sausage because it's delicious. So let's do it. Okay. I have about 3/4 of a pound of just bulk sausage here. It doesn't have any seasoning in it. And I have a full bunch of broccoli rabe. And I'm cooking for 2 people. So, when cooking for 2 people, I generally like to have about 2 quarts or 2 liters of water. I don't know if you can see, this pot has markers, but in general, I go about 100 grams of pasta per person. And each 100 grams of pasta should have 1,000 milliliters of water. And that's why the metric system is better, because 3 ounces, 1 quart. Please tell me what the correlation is. Okay, and then when working with electric, I like to have a low burner and a high burner, because these tend to really retain a lot of heat. And if I'm too high and I want to turn it down, it's borderline impossible because there's so much heat being held. And that's where induction beats electric, and that's one of the reasons why I keep this here. One of the other reasons why I keep it here is because it's way stronger than this. Okay, so we're going to have a low one here and a high one there. Except I turned the wrong one on. That's the one that's going to be high. And I'll be able to shuffle between those. Okay, now the broccoli. Am I allowed to do this? I guess you don't see it, no? Really ice cold water is going to help bring some life back into your vegetables if you find them to be a little bit dead, which mine are not. But if they are, that is how you can get away with it. Okay, and now orecchiette. Fusilli orecchiette, here we go. Orecchiette. Ette means small. Orecchio, if you added an O there, that means ear, literally. So these are little ears, and they're wonderful like this because they have these pockets, just like your human ear does. And those pockets enable oil and sausage to get picked up in there. So this is a really, I love this pasta. I think it's fantastic. And I'm cooking for 2 people, so let's just weigh out. I mean, you know, I'm being overly precise here, but half a box is what I'm looking for. Okay? Oh man, I was so close. 201. I like 201. What do you say? And they give 2 cooking times. They give 11 minutes and 9 minutes. I always go with the lower one, minus even more. So we're going to aim for 8. 8 minutes is what we're going to aim for. Okay, so we've got our pasta. We've got our 3/4 of a pound of sausage, half a pound, 3/4 of a pound, something like that. And since this has no flavoring, we're going to add some. So I really like fennel seed. Unfortunately, my mortar and pestle has gone missing. So I'm going to use my pepper grinder, and hopefully that works. Oh, you can see the crazy peppercorns I've been putting in there. Isn't that nuts? Yep, there's quite a few of those. Those taste really awesome. If you ever get a chance to go into a killer spice store, I highly recommend it. So, let's see what happens here. Fennel and sausage are wonderful together. Oops, that was a lot. Alright, let's see if this works. It is a spice grinder, after all. Wonderful. Yeah. Let's make that a little tighter. Ooh, that smells great. So you get this anise smell, and when it sears in the pan with the pork fat, it's just one of the greatest things on the face of the great earth. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, return this to normal. If you have a mortar and pestle, please do everything that you need to do to make that happen. Does this unscrew? Yes, it does. Wonderful. Okay, looks like we got all the fennel out. And now we'll push through. It's probably best if we do just black pepper in the beginning, since those long guys have a hard time. Okay, and now I just want to push through the rest of the fennel so that the next time I use this, nothing's affected. Does that make sense? So we'll put it right here. Why not? Alright, so I'm grinding the last bits of fennel that were half ground in here, and I'm pushing it through with yellow cherry pepper. And I will add these guys. I'll do that later. No need for you to see that. Okay, some salt. And even though the Italian grandmas say pick one pepper, I love red pepper. So I'm putting some red pepper. Okay, and now we have our hot burner. Give that just a second. Here is head of garlic. I think 4 pieces is going to be just wonderful for this. Okay, that is hot. So 1, 2, 3 tablespoons. Frank's really hurting in the spatula game. I guess this will work well. Oh, here's a wooden one. Oh, right away, wonderful aroma. So I like to just break it up. Now that's a little hot, so let's come to the cooler burner. Nice rest, automatically built in. Okay. Where's my knife? Right where I left it. Just keep an eye on it. Relatively quick pasta to make. It's hearty. It's got a lot of flavors. Could you use a chicken sausage? Yeah. Do I recommend it? Nah. Why? Because it's lean. Pork is really fatty. You know, pork is really the ideal meat to make sausages with, which is why it has such a great amount of charcuterie. That it is made from it. Okay, so just a rough chop on the garlic. could leave these whole if you wanted to. I'm feeling like garlic breath tonight. I think it's a wonderful thing. There's the garlic. In. Very beautiful. Wowee.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm cool. That was semi-embarrassing. But hey, happens to all of us. Luckily we're done with the knife for the night. Alright, a little more oil. And when I say a little more, I mean like a solid 2 tablespoons. As you can see, the water is boiling. So I'm looking for color, but I don't want to burn it. Also at this point, I have another pepper I really like. And these are super duper hot. And I'm gonna pull it out. But I think now's a good time to put that in. Okay, salt, water, nice stir, pasta goes in, one more nice stir. This is how you prevent it from sticking, by having power, by having boiling, and by having enough water. So, set a timer for 8 minutes.
Roger that.
Thank you.
8 minutes and counting.
8 minutes and counting. Lovely. Okay, so al dente was 9, as you remember. And we're gonna go a little under, because you can always cook it more, but you can never cook it less. Alright. Taking these stems off just because they were looking a little bit sad. This is my garbage bin right now. So the key to making broccoli rabe taste really great and not get bitter is blanching it. That's the key. And the blanch is quick. It's like 15 seconds. So okay, we got some nice color on the sausage there, good pieces, and I think we're going to need to deglaze that. So if you have some white wine, or if you have some red wine, vodka will do the trick too. And now what you can do with your flat spoon is scrape the bottom of the pan, and you can see all those bits come off, and that's really, really nice flavor. And that is deglazing. That's what that is right there. Wonderful. Alright, I think we can kill the back burner at this point. And now we're going to figure out a nice solution for for blanching and transferring. And I think that solution is this right here. So let's go with the stems first. They take the longest to cook. Okay. We'll do a little something like this. And you'll see the color change right away. Of course, if you wanted to, you could just throw all the broccoli in for the last 30 seconds of cooking. But I find that, in general, I want to keep my pasta pieces and the stuff that's in the sauce around the same size. So if you use whole, pieces of broccoli, then you're going to probably want a bigger pasta shape. That'd be my guess. Nice, beautiful. Oof, smells bitter and wonderful already. I love it. So as you can see, I've cranked the heat up on this all the way because every time I introduce something cold to this water, the boiling stops. The broccoli is taking all the heat out of the water. Hey Siri, how much time left on the timer?
3 minutes and 55 seconds to go.
3 minutes and 55 seconds, wonderful. So 4 minutes. For those of you arithmetic buffs. I can already see this is an oil-based sauce. It's going to need a lot more olive oil, and I really like to finish it with the olive oil because raw, delicious extra virgin olive oil is completely different than cooked olive oil. So I hit it with the oil at the end, and usually a little bit of pasta water, and they sort of emulsify together, and it's wonderful. Back to that deglazing step for a second. That could have been white wine, red wine, it could have been water, it could have been water and lemon juice, and vodka works really great also. Good. Highly efficient. Look, you can see the color difference, do you see? Between that and that. And that's the blanch. But it's not only a color thing, it's also a taste thing. So this is a really nice opportunity to just clear your board, get everything into your sink. And now the question is, do we want zest and cheese? And I think the answer to that is always yes. So. So tip to tail, sort of like that. And what that does is gives you just zest and no pith. If I keep working in the same space, I'm going to get into the pith, which is the white part, and that's bitter rather than zesty. So every turn, give it a rotation. You can see I'm pulling zest off, right? Nice, very nice. I have some breadcrumbs. I think they'd go really well in this dish. So we got zest, got breadcrumbs. Salute. Di nuovo.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. As Mel Brooks said, don't be sorry, be quiet. I'm sorry, be quiet. It's funny. It's a gorgeous piece of Parmigiano Reggiano. So this will be a nice little topping. Okay, remember we were a minute under, so I'm not too worried right now. And if you've got one of these microplanes, it looks like a lot more cheese than it is. If you've seen me use my rotation cheese grater, man, it burns through something like that so quickly, it's ridiculous. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Use this as a knife. Soft. Al dente. I think it's ready. Ooh. Alright, here we go. And I like to take pasta water in with it. Remember, the pasta's still cooking for one. Don't want it to absorb all the pork fat and leave us with a dry dish. We do want to keep it a little wet. That's it. Boom. Okay. That can go there, and that can go there. And I have my dry rag here. And now we can start to play this game, which is the mixing game. See how we're doing in the flavor department. Really nice. Perfect ratio of bitter to sweet and a little kick of spice. So here we've got some zest and some cheese. And I am keeping it on just a little bit of low heat here. Sort of doing that last minute of cooking right here, right now. And I'm going to give it a little more salt. And I'm going to give it some more olive oil. Oh yeah. Don't skimp on this. That's how much. It is an oil-based sauce. Oh, you can see right away. What a difference. I think it needs a little bit of love on the high heat just for a second. Now, if you kept your pasta water, then you'll be able to adjust for thickness with that water instead of oil. Well, in addition to oil, actually, is probably the correct way to think about it. And that's it, guys. I just need to find a spoon. Of course I can't find one without holes in it. What a bummer. broccoli rabe, sausage, and little ears, aka orecchiette. Sort of an American-Italian interpretation of a dish from Puglia that has anchovies in it, which, by the way, is a fantastic dish. Highly recommend trying it. So you make a garlic and oil anchovy sauce, and then you just blanch the broccoli rabe at the last second. That right there. It's gonna sit for a little later, and this gets a kiss of cheese. The good stuff, guys. This is what you bought it for. Sometimes I hold it vertically and it tends to work out a little bit better. I haven't used the microplane in a while. Oh yeah. That's all she wrote right there. If you don't think that's beautiful, please unsubscribe. If you do, tell 2 friends. Help me grow this channel. Thank you for watching. I'm back. You know, the stems of the broccoli rabe and the orecchiette are both al dente, so you've got a nice textural thing happening there. The lemon zest and the fennel are lovely together, even though one was cooked in way early and the other one was put in at the end. One thing I've always loved about this dish is it really holds a lot of heat because there's a lot of mass. And it tastes great. This is just as good on a cold winter night, which is what's happening in New York, as it is on a hot summer's evening. So I hope you make it and you like it. You get burnt garlic, you get olive oil, you get sweet sausage, and you get bitter greens with perfectly cooked pasta. What more do you want? I don't know.